Dark fantasy. It has been one of the most powerful narrative pillars in gaming for decades. Cursed lands, broken heroes, indifferent gods, impossible choices. But how much of that is still meaningful? And how much are we just repeating? In this video, I want to analyze the classic elements of dark fantasy, why they work, why they resonate, and how we might flip them on their head to build something more intimate, more emotional, and more personal. All from the point of view of someone designing a narrative RPG. Dark fantasy isn't just fantasy but with more blood. It's a fusion of the magical and the tragic, the epic and the inevitable, a genre where beauty is tainted, heroes are fragile, and victories rarely come clean. Games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, The Witcher 3, and Blasphemous have taught us to live with decay, to explore collapsing worlds, and confront stories where the real enemy isn't a demon but time, guilt, and loss. If we break down dark fantasy in games, we tend to see the same pillars over and over. The world is in ruin, where the past is more glorious than the present. We have a cursed protagonist, marked by fate, trauma, or ancient sins. There is a fragmented lore, told through ruins, relics, and ambiguity. And we have also a morally grey tone. There are no good answers, there are no bad answers, there are only consequences. These ideas work, they are great, they have worked for years, but they've also become a box we rarely step out of. From a narrative design standpoint, there are many ways to subvert these patterns without losing the soul of the genre. Here are a few directions I'm exploring in my own RPG project. Number 1. Shift the center of conflict. Instead of a cursed world, focus on a wounded protagonist. Let the darkness come from within. Emotional trauma, suppressed memories, let the world react to what the character feels. Emotions as gameplay. Instead of leveling up strength or dexterity, level up anger, sadness, denial, hope. Progress becomes an emotional evolution, not just power scaling. And let the environment reflect the character's state of mind. Unlock areas only when feeling guilt. Change NPC behavior based on emotional states. The world becomes a projection of ourselves, not just a setting. Important key for me is to have an antagonist that is not the enemy, but a mirror. Not a dark god that wants to destroy the world. Instead, having a being who understands the protagonist better than anyone else, who offers comfort in pain, and maybe isn't wrong. Regarding the art direction, this is an idea I love and I am exploring as well. What if dark fantasy didn't look like dark fantasy? What if it is some kind of cozy style art direction? What if the world is warm, soft, even beautiful, while telling a deeply emotional, even painful story? Contrast has power. You don't need skulls and smoke to create unease. Sometimes, the most powerful sorrow lives in a place that should feel safe. While researching and designing, I keep seeing the same 3 traps over and over. Mistaking darkness for grim dark. Pain for pain's sake doesn't add depth. Darkness needs meaning. Meaningless choices. If choices don't change anything, they're not the real choices. Shallow villains. Pure evil no longer resonates. Ambiguity does. What resonates now are antagonists who make sense, even when we wish they didn't. I don't have all the answers, but I do have more questions, and maybe they'll help you shape your own stories too. What emotions do we rarely explore in games? Can a game be dark without being cruel? What if the happy ending isn't the most honest one? What feels more powerful, killing a god or forgiving one? So if you have thoughts or more questions, drop them in the comments, I'd love to hear your take. Dark fantasy still has so much room to grow, but to evolve, we have to rethink its foundations. Let trauma become gameplay. Let emotion shape mechanics. Let the villain become a mirror. Let the world be not just a ruin, but a mind. That's the path I'm trying to take with my game, and if you're building your own world, I hope something here spark an idea. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the darkest stories are the ones that begin in the brightest places.